Welcome back to another edition in the lab, fight fans. This is your full breakdown prediction video for UFC 330. Islam Makhachev versus Machado Garry going down August 15th at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in the city of brotherly love back in Philadelphia. Got a pretty interesting card. If I had to give a name to this card, I would name it the FAFO, because we're about to find out a lot of things on this card. Before we get started, if you could, please like and subscribe. We went 10-4 again, 10-4 for I think 2 or 3 straight weeks now. So I mean, that's not bad at all. I'll take 10-4, but this week I'm gonna be looking to do a little better than 10-4. We're gonna really get you some money this week, and I'm bringing back the best bets. I've been taking off best bets for the last couple of weeks, but I'm bringing it back, and we're gonna have a good show here. Yeah, let's start off with the first card that's slated for now, which is Jeremiah Wells versus Makhachev Orobai. Yeah, man, Jeremiah Wells is fighting at home. He's coming back home to fight Makhachev Orobai. Jeremiah Wells was struggling for a little bit, but he has changed it around. In his last few fights, he's been doing a lot better. I have seen an upgrade, which I usually like to see. You know, fighters get better, improve their game all around, and he has. But I don't think it's enough here. I think Makhachev Orobai is really good. I like the way he can change it up a little bit. You know, he can do a little bit of everything. He comes from Team Alpha Male, which they're always ready. You know, your favorite has those guys really good, trained, and I think he implements his game plan to the best ability. He tries to, at least. You know, yeah, Jeremiah Wells is very strong. If he can put it on him early, and maybe take away his eyesight or just really damage him, he has a shot. He has a clear shot. But I think Orobai is really good all around. If he senses any fear, he's gonna start the wrestling, and he just has better ways to win. I'm gonna say this goes the distance. I'm gonna say Makhachev Orobai wins by unanimous decision, maybe a split. I don't know, but best bet here is that this fight does reach the second round, which I'm pretty sure that it will. All right. Next fight on the card is Neil Magny versus Ramiz Brahimaj. Sorry. You know, when you're in the welterweight division and you're kind of flirting in between, when you start seeing that you have some kind of talent and you're really good, and they want to test you, they put you up against Neil Magny. And so that's where Brahimaj is in his career. And so, yeah, this fight is tricky because we got both guys from Brooklyn. So essentially we got a Brooklyn showdown in Philadelphia. Both guys from Brooklyn. Ramiz is looking to really establish himself amongst the top of the welterweights. So he's getting up there. And Neil Magny's sort of on the tail end of his career, but still floating around the top. He's definitely the gatekeeper here. You know, the longer this fight goes, I would say the better it is for Neil Magny, by far. Yeah, and Ramiz, he was on a little streak. He was looking really good the last few fights. Then he dropped his last one. You know, he lost by decision. But I think he's gonna be looking to bounce back here. Yeah, this is a good test for him, because if he's able to beat Neil Magny, then this is definitely a FAFO card, because we're gonna find out a lot about all these guys here. Some people have a big point to prove, and some have a different point, but you know, everybody's in need of a win. Of course, nobody wants to lose, but some of these guys would make a big statement with the way they win here, and some of these guys just really need to win to stay, you know, relatively in the UFC. that's not the case for Neil Magny, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what we have. I think we're in for a good little fight here. Neil Magny's gonna be looking to grapple, of course, get him tired. Um, and Rami's going to be looking to make a statement and take him out. At the end of the day, I think this is going to go the distance as well. I do see Ramiz with more points, more probably significant strikes, I would say, unless Neil Magny takes him down and does the little holding game, of course, and steals time. That's always a big possibility. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ramiz game plans around that. But I think he will. I think he'll come out victorious. So give me Ramiz Brahimaj with the split decision here. All right. Third fight and last fight of the early prelims. We got Rafael Tobias versus Lucas Fernando. Two Brazilians here. I don't really like what I've seen from Rafael Tobias. In the UFC at least. He lost a decision to Nurgoje, and I was really expecting him to win that fight, and just the way he fought towards the end shows that he wasn't really ready. He was, quite inexperienced, so to speak. You might say, oh, but he's going up against a guy that has no experience in the UFC, hasn't had a UFC fight yet. But I think this guy's going to bring it. I expect a war here. Best bet. And I really believe that this fight is not going to go the distance. And give me Lucas Fernando to win by TKO. And we'll find out early which one of these guys came to establish themselves here. All right. That's it for the early prelims. To start off the regular prelims here, we got Vicente Luque versus Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore's, that's another guy who's looking better and better, each fight. Used to have a little gas tank problem, but I think he's cleared that up. He's he lost a few years ago to Brundage, but he went on a little streak. He's kind of off and on with his fights, depending on his opponent. Last fight was just very, very impressive. He was losing and just came back to. It was a comeback submission against Makhachev. He's really good. He looked really, really good in that fight. Not the first half, but the way he came back and was able to just switch it up, man. That was very interesting against a pretty quality opponent. So. But, we all have our kryptonites. Everybody has their kryptonite. I don't care who you are. And Tresean Gore's kryptonite is middleweight Brazilians. And that's what he's going up against. Vicente Luque was struggling for a bit there in the welterweight division, but since he moved up to middleweight, he looks really good. That his last fight, he took care of a veteran like Kevin Gastelum, who doesn't get finished, and he finished him. And he finished him fast. So if he did that to a veteran like a Kevin Gastelum, I think Tresean Gore, if he doesn't come out here and just take it to Vicente really quick, and as the fight, if he lets it progress, if he lets Vicente Luque get in his rhythm, he's gonna be in trouble, man. He's gonna be in trouble. So I think Vicente's gonna take him down. If it goes down to the ground, Tresean Gore needs to be careful because Vicente Luque does have submissions, as you saw with in his last fight. Not sure how this will play out, but I think Vicente Luque is gonna pull it off here, and I think Vicente Luque will. I don't see this going the distance. I really don't. I really don't. I'm gonna say that it goes at least. The best bet will be at least one round. It'd be interesting to see if he can pull off back-to-back submissions. He's not really a submission type that I can remember. Most of Vicente Luque's wins Uh, I'm gonna say usually TKO or sub. So I mean he does come to finish, and man, no, you know what? Give me Vicente Luque to win here by decision. I'm gonna say that he does win. It does go the distance here. There might be a submission threat late, but I think Trayshawn Gordon is really durable from what I've seen, and yeah, this should be a good little back and forth fight here. So give me Vicente Luque here by decision, and best bet is that it goes at least one round. All right, next we got Eric McConaughey versus Dante Johnson. McConaughey, man, this guy Johnson's, he's really, really green. He doesn't have much experience from what we see, but when he does, what we have seen is very, very telling. He's very explosive. He comes to finish. He's not fooling around. He doesn't play with his food. He comes to fight and put on a show. And yeah, you just gotta respect a guy like that. And McConaughey, he trains at the MMA lab, so that's a really good gym. They got a lot of good guys out there, a lot of talent. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Dante, he's hasn't fought high competition. Yeah, he submitted Dumas in his opener. Then he went the distance with Cody Brundage. But Cody Brundage sometimes he gets finished, but sometimes he does put up a good fight, and he's a veteran, so he does have a lot of experience here. I am not expecting this fight to go the distance. I think it's going to be close at first. But yeah, Dante Johnson's going to find his rhythm, and he's going to win by TKO. That's my prediction. The best bet here is that Dante Johnson wins because it could go the distance. Eric McConaughey could hang in there and show that he's durable, but I don't see him winning here. I just don't. Plus, his fight record is iffy. It's lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one. So he's due to lose this one, and that's my take on this fight. Next fight, Jalen the Tarantula Turner versus Kyle Fernandez. And yeah, man, the Tarantulas had a pretty good career. Been fought for a while now. Seen him fight all types of guys. He's been in he actually submitted Euros Medic, who right now is at the top of the division. That was his introduction to the UFC, Euros Medic, back in 21. And yeah, man, he has a lot of wins. He of course lost to Gamrot, which lost that. So he's basically, I would say he's a middle of the pack fighter. He has some questionable losses, but they're by decision usually. Great finish against King Green. Yeah, man, I like this guy. I did meet him in person. He's a great guy, really cool guy to hang out with, man. He's awesome. And I'm glad he came back because I think after he lost to Bahamondes, he was thinking about hanging it up. And I'm glad he came back. He had a great comeback win last year versus Edson Barbosa, a guy that's always dangerous. Yeah, and now he's up against Kyle Fernandez. And the thing is that this guy is from Brazil. Only has 2 losses in his career, if I'm not mistaken. He's 11-2, but man, is he dangerous. Doesn't look as he is way more dangerous than he looks. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, man, his last fight out, he fought Hardwick and he just ate those legs up. It was powerful kicks they were hurting me, and I was just seeing it on TV, but kind of took him out. TKO by leg kicks. And Jalen Turner does have the reach, does have the height, but he better be careful how he closes distance because Kyle Fernandez could, if he gets a hold of his legs with those leg kicks, it's gonna be the game's gonna be on his side, and And yeah, and when Kyle Fernandez, if Kyle Fernandez does decide to take him down, you know, he's gonna be in his world. So um, I just think Fernandez is gonna be more prepared, and I think that's why he's gonna come out with a victory. Uh, I'm gonna say decision here. I'm gonna say decision. I'm gonna say that Jalen. It might be a back and forth, or maybe you know, Kyle wins one round, Jalen wins the other, and I think at the end of the day, Kyle will come out victorious. I just don't like his style here. I think his style, and the game plan that he will implement will be superior than Jalen Turner's. So for that reason, I'm picking Kyle Fernandez to win by decision. And yeah, the best bet is sorry, I got something in my eye. The best bet is that this fight goes at least one round, at least. All right, and to headline the prelims, we got Chidi and and Chidi. We'll call him Chidi. Chidi Enjo versus Joel Alvarez, and this is a great fight, man. This is a really great fight here to end the prelims. Both really big welterweights. Chidi sometimes doesn't make weight, so this is going to be interesting to see if either guy makes weight or if they both make weight, or with this. I'm gonna be looking into that before I make my final wagers. But yeah, Chidi's last fight he lost by decision to Leao, and before that he was submitted by Matthews. So last two, he's on a 2-fight skid here. He hasn't been looking too good lately. And yeah, he's pretty much at a standstill. He needs this win to make himself relevant here. Usually when guys are up against the wall like that, they come up with they find a way to win, you know. So I think he better make weight. He better make weight, or it won't be good for him. Put it that way. But yeah, Joel Alvarez is another guy who was looking really, really good. Putting together a great win streak. That then he got submitted a few months ago, but that guy Amasov is I think he's on his way to be a champion. This guy's so good. You guys don't know how good Amasov is to submit Joel Alvarez in the second round the way he did, and he pretty much dominated the first round as well. That guy's really good. I don't think Chidi Njokuani is nearly as good as that. So yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty competitive fight until the end. You know, the longer this fight goes, the better for Joel Alvarez. Chidi does run out of gas. So give me Joel Alvarez to win by submission late. I'd say somewhere in the third round. But yeah, it'll be a competitive fight. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to see what both guys can bring to the table here. All right. To start off the main event, we got Edson Barboza, I already named him earlier, versus Esteban Ribovic. And yeah, man, Edson Barboza, he's still hanging around here. Another guy that's had a stellar career on a 3-fight losing streak, you know, but fair to him, they've been against 3 really good guys. You know, he lost a decision to Leon Murphy. Then he lost to Jakar Close. It was a unanimous decision. It's not a guy that you want to lose unanimously to, especially at this stage of the game. But it was a really crappy fight. I remember at the end there was not even a ring. They didn't give him any airtime. Both guys just, I don't know. It was a bad display by both guys. And then he lost to Jalen Turner the end of last year. He got TKO'd, so hasn't been looking as great. This is another guy that really, really needs a win badly here. But Edson Barboza has a ton of highlights here, man. If this is the end for him, he's had a stellar career. He has a lot of highlight reels. He always comes to fight, puts on a show. What a warrior! You know, he can come with the leg kicks, but he's going up against Esteban Ribovic, El Gringo, um, the Argentinian sensation, who also I saw in person. He lost his last fight, and I thought he was going to win. I really did. He lost his last fight against Mateus Gamrot. He got submitted here in the city of Miami, the Magic City. There was a lot of Argentinians there rooting for him too, man. I mean, he should have won that. This is another guy that's win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So he's, according to his record, he is set to win here. So yeah, give me Esteban. I think Esteban Ribovic. I think he's gonna come out fired up. He needs to win. I think he's pretty embarrassed of his last performance. And yeah, give me Esteban Ribovic to knock out Barbosa and establish himself back in the lightweight division. And this is probably the last we're going to see of Edson Barbosa. Hopefully not, but if it is, it's been a great career, Edson, man. Much luck to you in the future. But let's see. We'll see what happens. This is another 5-4 moment here. All right. Next fight, Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stolfus. Man, how do I say this in a not so disrespecting, nice way? I'm sorry. The last fight, the best bet for the last fight for Esteban Ribovic versus Barbosa is that Esteban Ribovic wins, because it could go the distance, but I'm pretty sure that Esteban Ribovic is going to win one way or another. Since he has 3 ways to win, and he'll definitely pick one. All right, so back to this current fight here. The best bet is that Mansour Abdul Malik will win, and I think he's going to have a highlight reel TKO. How about that? MAM with a highlight reel TKO here. And yeah, if you guys are wondering why he's favored by so much, you'll see Saturday night. But let me not jump the gun that bad, because things have happened lately. So the best bet here is that this fight does not go the distance. How about that, folks? All right, this fight is not going the distance. Dustin Stolfus can come out and shock the world. I don't think he will, but he can. So, best bet, this fight, no distance. Mansour Abdul Malik victorious with a highlight reel KO. How about that? All right. And our co-main event of the evening is also our OF fight of the night. Got McKenzie Dern, El Campeona. She's the champ of the women's strawweight, and she's going up against Gillian Robertson from Canada. Brazil versus Canada. Yeah, man, Gillian Robertson, most people might not know her, but she's I don't think she's a natural redhead, but she dyes her hair really red for fights. Yeah. She's had a few fights in the UFC career, man. She's on a hot little streak right now. I think she's won like maybe 5 in a row, I believe. But yeah, man, I think not to her, but I think she's had some good luck in the last few couple years. She's been just like the placement of fights, who she's fought and when she's fought them. Yeah, we can run back the last 5. She's fought all kinds of girls. I don't think she has. It's a strawweight division. She hasn't fought any previous champs. I don't think. Like Rose Namajunas, she hasn't fought her. She hasn't fought what's her name? Oh man, Weili Zhang. She hasn't fought her. She hasn't fought really the top. She did fight Michelle Waterson, but that I don't consider Michelle Waterson. She was champ, but that was I don't know. I mean, she beat Viana, knocked her out, TKO. She took Waterson to a decision and won. She beat Pinheiro by decision. Rodriguez KO, which is not nothing to cry home about. And then Lemos, she beat her the last time out by decision. But I mean, you guys know what I'm saying here. Like the level of competition that she's beating is nothing like what she's gonna come across here Saturday night. And yeah, but the best bet here is that this fight does go multiple rounds. So this is going to at least the second round. Both women could grapple. She is going to bring her A game because this is a championship fight. But she's just going up against some talent like she's never seen before, and thinking with both heads, and just everything that I've seen, everything that I know tells me that McKenzie Dern is going to come out victorious here. And I say McKenzie Dern by submission. Yeah, this is not gonna be a boring fight whatsoever. This is our OF fight of the night. The only lady fight on the card. And I know this is a city of brotherly love, but the sisters are gonna come out and put on a show here. And hopefully McKenzie Dern does leave the same way she came. Unblemished. I don't know about that, but she will hopefully leave as champ. All right. Yeah, guys, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how my content is going. Let me know if you disagree or you agree. All that is welcome here. And yeah, we're here to present the main event of the evening. We've got Dagestan versus Ireland. Whipper Boy versus Whip Boy. A man's world versus women run the world. This is a lot of thing here. This is the main FAFO of the night right here. Yeah, man, it feels like it's Islam Makhachev and the whole MMA community versus Ian Machado Garry and all the women in the world here, because this guy Ian talks a lot, talks a big game. Has a lot of people not liking him nowadays due to his comments, and I don't really care too much about, these guys talk, and most of these guys just talk for clickbait. They get, no matter what they say, we're going to talk about it, and the more we talk about it, the better for them, right? The more they get paid, the more clicks they get, all of that. One guy who doesn't really talk a lot, maybe not at all, maybe the stuff that we've seen from him is probably from his manager pretending to be him, because this guy just doesn't care. His thing is training, and that's all they do over there in Dagestan. Training, and he's a perfectionist at his craft. And Ian Machado Garry, I'm not saying that he's not worthy of this fight. He's really good. I mean, he's ranked number 1 for a reason. His only loss is to MVP, and that's by decision. MVP did beat him, but MVP just has that style that nobody seems to like or can figure out, whatever. But yeah, this is a totally different animal here. Islam, if it goes down to the ground, we're pretty much 95% sure what's going to happen. He's going to be in big trouble. But Ian Machado Garry knows that, and I'm sure he talks. He's saying that he's gonna take him down, or whatever Ian says is not to be believed. I know that's just to get in his head. I don't think he can. Ian Machado Garry doesn't knock anybody out. He can't stand with Islam. We've seen Islam. He has crazy power in his legs, and he can. It's just striking. I don't see where Ian Machado Garry has any advantage here. Maybe the cardio, maybe cardio. I don't know. He is taller. He's about 4 inches in height, so, and about 4 or maybe 4.5 inches in reach. So he's longer and he's taller, but at the end of the day, Islam is prepared, man. This guy's 28-1. He trains with Khabib and all those other guys over there, and he's just ready. And I don't think Ian Machado is just going to come and take away everything that he has. I just don't see that happening here. And you know, if he really feels bad about everything that he's been saying about women running the world and all that, and he just gave him an extra motivation to beat him even worse, then you know that's a bad move on Ian. But yeah, man, I don't foresee Ian coming out victorious here. You know, before when he first got into the UFC, he was fighting lower level talent. He was finishing them, but you know, as you get ranked and you start fighting better guys with that are prepared for everything you got, you know, it's been decision, and he's gonna be on his skates, and he's gonna be on his skates for 25 minutes, and running around for 25 minutes. You know, he's gonna have to catch. This is Ian Machado Garry's way of winning here. He's gonna have to be running around and catch Islam, make him desperate, and catch him in a trap. He has to get him to chase him, and then eventually rush him when he's not expecting it. That's what I mean by trap, and just implement his power there. But besides that, you know, I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think Islam can do whatever he wants here, and he will. And this fight looks like it's gonna go. You know, it looks like it's gonna be it's predicted to be a long fight, but I don't think so. I don't think this is gonna go very long. I don't think it's gonna go more than 15, 17 minutes. I just don't. It could because, you know, both guys' style, but I just don't. I think Islam's way too good. And give me Islam Makhachev by early sub here. I think he's gonna wear on him. He's gonna find him quick, cut him off, take him down. And yeah, I don't think Ian Machado has the answer for him. But maybe I'm wrong. You know, he does train at Shooter Box with great guys over there. And yeah, I just don't see him coming out victorious here. Islam Makhachev wins by sub. The whole world is happy, and we'll see what's next for these guys. All right, so that's UFC 330 going down this Saturday, August 15th. Main card starts 9 p.m. and the prelims, I believe, start at 7 p.m., which brings the early prelims start at 5. So yeah, got a full studded card here. Good luck to you guys. Yeah, best bet on that last fight is that Makhachev wins, because one way or another he will come out victorious, brother, and we'll see what's next for you guys and for everybody. All right, have a good, safe week. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next week.